take a look at the tail of the tape. Two-time All-American against the K1 vet. Paulie, your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, Smith a little bit older, same weight. Franco a little bit more reach, similar height. We'll see how it plays out here as the bell's about to ring.
I love almost the eerie calm of Jeremy Smith. Soft-spoken, but you know he can get it done in there.
And you know, K1, I think, gives him an advantage. That's a lot of experience there in K1. So we're going to see right away what his upright position is.
Franco in the blue wraps taking on Jeremy Smith, fighting out of the red corner.
You can tell usually who the guys have had stand-up experience are. They don't usually attack at the bell. They usually start out a little bit tactically. You notice what Smith did at the bell. He took a step back and saw what Franco has to offer.
Shot there by Smith, and Franco not moving a fraction of an inch. Two just powerhouses when you look at the eye test here, Benny.
And Tegan, again, and what he's really working on is to be early and get there. Don't wait around and don't back up, and he's backing up right now.
You can see the head movement of Smith there, trying to get in, trying to find an angle. Very elusive thus far, Paulie.
Yeah, interesting from Franco. He's fighting a technical fight. Usually I don't expect guys who come from wrestling to fight in retreat or in a technical way, but that's what Franco's given us so far.
And he's got that uppercut. He's looking for that uppercut to land. There it is.
Oh, but he threw it for too far away, and he got hit with the punch you got to be careful with if you throw an uppercut from too far away, and that's the overhand right.
Yeah, it looks like Jeremy Smith is going to do some head hunting, trying to knock this one out of the park, looking for that big overhand right.
And you know what? That overhand right's that's going to be the end of the fight. He lands that, it's going to be over.
Well, that's the question. If and when. So far, very cool, calm, and collected in there is Tegan Franco. Not like the wrestler we saw earlier in Mattia Fondo, who just threw with reckless aggression, was all over Artenzo. Combination here by Smith.
It's funny, Franco's nickname is Killing Him Softly, and it's not after Roberta Flack's song.
Very true. Got that when he first transitioned to combat sports from wrestling. They were sitting around grilling, having a few, and that's the nickname that stuck.
I thought he just liked the Fugees.
See that uppercut? He's got that sneaky uppercut, Franco. Yeah. He never showed us that before.
Yeah, and it kind of bothered Smith a little bit, and now he's got some points away, some blood
on the left eye, and it's above the eye, which means that blood's going to come down.
And he throws it very well, very short. You know, it doesn't get a lot of torque on it, but if Smith runs into it, it's going to do all the damage it needs, and that's what's happened.
Tegan Franco showing a lot of composure in there and making the big man miss. Those big right hands and that cut over the eye there, the blood, that's got to give some a confidence builder for Franco as he now starts to close in. Cut off the Trigon.
And Smith is feeling that blood because he's feeling that with that left hand.
Yeah. I'll tell you, he's not using the left cross. He goes in the southpaw stance and uses only the right hand. So obviously he's a natural right-hander, but I'm seeing opportunities where he could use the left cross here, and he's not throwing it at all.
Well, he seems to be protecting that left eye, Paulie, so he's not throwing as many punches as he started out.
No, I'm talking about Franco. He's got his guy in a position.
Working the body, though, is Jeremy Smith there in the last seconds. You see some class, some sportsmanship as the first round of action comes to close.
Now's when the cut man is he's worth his weight in gold.
Let's take a look back at the action from round one. Only the second fight to go into round two tonight. So we take a look at the action between Franco and Smith.
Let's go. Red, let's go.
You know, Paulie, I'm not usually in favor of guys switching to a southpaw stance when they're, right in. But it actually worked for Franco.
Yeah, and they see the simultaneous shots they threw there. Both came up a little short. You know, Franco came up a little short with the uppercut, and Smith came up a little short with that overhand right.
Got to tell you, that eye of Jeremy Smith looking pretty nasty there, guys.
It didn't look like they stopped the blood at all. That thing is still flowing.
And it's been causing, it's really renting space in the head of the K1 veteran.
I gotta say something, man. Franco's not using the left hand at all. He's turned southpaw. He's not using the left hand at all. I mean, usually I would say the left hand's hurt, but I don't know that he's used it the whole fight.
Yeah, but do you think he's doing that to land the right on that eye?
I mean, he could be landing the right the whole time, but he's not even feinting with the left hand. He's just not using it at all. He's gone in the southpaw stance, and
I think Doctor's saying he's not going to be able to continue with that laceration, guys. Wow.
wow.
I'm sure Jeremy Smith not happy about that. I got to, really consider this somewhat of an upset just due to the stand-up experience that Smith had over his opponent.
But Paulie, taking Franco, I'm impressed. Because when we saw him the last time, he waited. This time, he was actually a very technical fighter. I mean, that stunned us, how technical he was.
That was impressive. Franco's choice of shot selection and his calmness throughout. That was impressive. He did a real fine job there. I'm still confused. They stopped this fight. The doctor stopped this fight with the cut. I mean,
it looks like it. Yeah, landed up.
This is bare knuckle, dude. This is you're gonna have cuts like that every single fight. I mean.
Well, I know his corner's very upset about that right now. They're really questioning that. And they're talking to the Florida officials about that.
Is this doctor done bare knuckle before? I mean, maybe this guy's got to stay home and watch the fights from the living room next time. I mean, I've never seen this in a bare knuckle fight. I mean, especially this early in the fight, you didn't even really let them work on the cut besides one round. I mean, and I've seen much worse fights.
Our opening contest was an absolute bloodbath.
I mean, I've seen just Patty Juarez and Christine Stanley when they fought. It was just a bloodbath and a brawl. In another card we had. I mean, that's. Maybe it's the dent in his head, I guess. Is there a little bit of a dent? Maybe. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't even know that he got hit hard enough to have a dent in his head, though. I mean, to be honest. Because even the uppercuts he walked into them. It's not like Franco pivoted into anything.
Let's take a look back, see if we can find out when that cut. That was a pretty solid uppercut there by Franco, guys. That might have been the one that did the damage. Taking another look at it here. Bam,
good
right
shot there.
Right on
the only redeeming thing here is Smith is not arguing the stoppage. Right, so that was definitely a good shot, good uppercut there. Smith is not arguing the stoppage. So, I mean, if you've got almost 20 MMA fights and you got 12 K1 fights in your career, you're a fight veteran. And if you're not arguing this kind of stoppage, then for me, you're all right with it. It's not like you just got here yesterday and you're saying, okay, you know what, they stopped the fight early and I didn't know what to do. To argue. You have enough fights in your resume to argue if you want to fight. Like
now, Paulie, what surprised me,
there's no argument there from Smith. So maybe it's him that also was okay with the decision.
Exactly. But what surprised me was when Smith came out, the blood was still flowing. Usually when they go to the corner,
100%. You were talking about the cut man's worth his weight in gold.
Yeah.
Well, most when they know when they get the job done right, I guess.
Yeah, usually they do miracles there in between rounds. Wasn't the case this time out. But take nothing away from Franco, who killed him anything but softly. That big uppercut got the job done on a veteran fighter. So this one's got to feel good, as Franco will now go to a 500 record one-on-one, 1-1, and certainly learned from that early loss in his career.
Exactly. But what I like about it, he went back to Oklahoma City and he worked on what he needed to work. And he made himself a better fighter, a more technical fighter, throwing uppercuts. I don't think we saw an uppercut out of him the last time he fought. Now he came in with a whole arsenal of punches, angles.
That was all uppercuts. That's all he threw.
Yeah, swerved us. Said that his weapon was going to be the cross, came with the uppercut. Let's head back in the Trigon, make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Sam Burgos calls a stop to this contest at 27 seconds of the second round, declaring your winner by TKO via a doctor stop